Welcome back.
Welcome back. Guess what? 28.
Episode number 28.
Good job. Good translation. Welcome back.
And
Inspiration Education is here for you.
Right. And this episode is about mind over matter.
Check this out. So you might remember from an earlier episode that we take the kids to the mountain for something called SALT. Senior Attitude Leadership Training, and we do that in August. So the seniors start school a week early. They go on the mountain for 3 days, and we do some really cool stuff with them. Well, what we do to continue that idea of leadership training, but it's actually more life training now at this point.
Right.
It's some life skills. We do a 17-mile hike here on our what we call Mount Lemon, and we drive them up to the top at 6 o'clock in the morning, and we start hiking down.
Yep.
17 miles.
And so the footage you're about to see, it starts early in the morning. It's dark. We're on campus, and then we get bused up to the top of the mountain here. And then it's, 9 hours? We were down by 5? 5.
Yeah, well, we were done. Everybody done. So it took a while for the end to catch up at the beginning.
Right.
Yeah, by about 5.
And so, like she was saying, this is, it's about mind over matter. Okay, a 17-mile hike that is 90% going downhill. For any of you that are hikers out there, you're probably like, are you kidding me right now?
It's pretty hard.
It's hard.
It's on your joints.
Yeah, it's really, really hard. And you're gonna hear me complain. In fact, we're sitting here in the grass relaxing because, well, I am still even just a little bit sore. It's a week later.
It's a week later.
Yeah. So, but what we were hoping for you to do is to look through these clips and look for ways in which we're helping each other to overcome the difficulty, and or we're doing that ourselves in one way or another.
Right. We started this 21 years ago as a life picture of the peaks and the valleys of life, but you walk it with someone. And in this case, a number of our teachers, parents, alumni parents, we're walking that hard journey with you. So helping kids to understand that you're not alone, that this is something that life is to be done with people. You can't do it in a vacuum. So it's a really beautiful picture of that, to go through a crucible with other people. It reveals things about your character and helping to process that. So what looks like a bunch of random conversations really isn't, and you're only hearing snippets of it.
Yeah, and because we're doing it together, and we are helping each other in one way or another, and having fun while we're doing it.
Oh my goodness.
Trying to take our mind off of the pain. And so watch this and look for ways in which we're encouraging each other or encouraging ourselves in order to get over and overcome something that's very, very difficult.
Right.
And then when we get back, we'll talk about how this can be applied to life for your students, for you as a teacher, and just in general, for you as a person outside of the classroom, and for your students as people outside of the classroom.
Right on.
Okay, we'll be back.
At the beginning, you're going to be thinking, we're talking, you're going to be all chipper and everything, and you just want to meander. Keep up with me, please, okay? And so we have to keep that pace. Please don't let you guys get all spread out with big gaps.
Here we go, on the trail. You're on GoPro. Hey, Blueberry. Hi.
Whoa there.
Excuse you.
Why are you hitting me like that?
Don't push people. Don't be rude.
You ran into me.
Don't make me squirt you.
Are you still?
Don't you
is
dare.
your bladder still leaking?
No, I turned it upside down.
That sounds funny.
I don't think so. It's still wet.
Don't say that around 64-year-old men.
Oh, that's great. How are you girls so far?
We're doing great, or at least I think we are. Doing great.
My knee is already like...
I knew that would happen to me too. I took some Advil. My
But I'm okay.
shoulders are a little sore from all
Carrying
the
the
weight,
backpack?
but that reminds me to drink water.
Honestly,
Right.
the only complaint I have is my legs are cold.
Yeah, little freezy pop legs right there.
That's my fault.
They're a little red though, but I think that's just from moving, huh?
Embrace the mud.
This is so fun.
Aw, Jack. Don't it. Oh my goodness gracious.
Dude, Lily jumped down and went and just shattered all over us. It was terrible. You got it.
This is why I love desert boys. Such gentlemen. This is amazing. Hey girls. Leg one of the hike. Got a boo-boo.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Taking care of children, getting them
Medicine drawer.
ibuprofen and getting them moleskin.
Girls go in packs, whether they're on hikes or not.
It's a safe way to go. Go freezy pop legs.
I'm so
We're trying to figure out, is this deer poop?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. What's the best part of this so far?
Right now. Seeing that.
Is this testosterone rock?
Yes. Peanut butter and jelly rock.
Peanut butter and jelly rock.
Salt.
Salt, because we're on the salt hike.
Yep.
How are you?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You enjoying the view?
Yeah. My sandwich.
Living your best life?
Mm-hmm.
Hi! I haven't seen you all hike.
Hi. How have you liked the salt hike? Yeah, that's very descriptive. Thank you for answering.
It's been fun so far. I feel like that's gonna change about halfway through. Nice weather, a lot of fun. He started out really fast. I hope we slow down now.
Jack, tell the press how abused we are.
Wait, what?
Tell the press how abused we are.
Constant. It's brutal.
Jack the damn deal.
We've been lost out here for like 7 years. Ryan's in a dress shirt now. That's all they gave him to wear up here. Jinsu doesn't have any pants.
Henry's wearing my pants.
Yeah, Henry stole his pants and he's got, I don't know what those are.
Oh, but what I was saying, I watched this show yesterday, and there was a documentary, and the guy had a tight neckline. Do you remember how he was?
Yes, to make themselves look like beefier and...
And I was like, oh my gosh, I've never noticed that. And now I see it.
You remember how many goosebumps Mrs. Chandler,
Miss Chandler had that she tore her shirt.
like during our class? It's like, oh my goodness.
I get goosebumps.
I get goosebumps talking about this.
For Miss Thomas.
Mrs. Thomas, she's...
Hey guys, welcome to my photography class. I drive a
Welcome to our history class.
Mustang vroom vroom car.
And somebody would always compliment her outfit. It's like, oh, thank you. Today we're going to learn about history. Let's roll, guys. Oh, stop talking. What's happening right now? You guys are not on your seat.
Oh no, he nailed that one. That's pretty good. So I was like,
I do not make that face.
I see you, Ryan.
What a great day. Kind of ready to walk uphill a little bit.
That's your senior quote.
No, my senior quote is not that.
What's your senior quote?
I'm not gonna tell you. You're gonna see it.
It's a surprise?
Yeah, it's a surprise.
Oh, come on.
It's funny.
You could tell me we're on the mountain. The
gotta
mountain
laugh.
won't give away your secret.
But I will.
No, I don't wanna.
Happy Salt Fest! Oh, that's so cool. What's the story of the helicopter?
So the story is she blew her knee in basketball season and had
Crutches.
to have season-ending surgery, and she's had to miss out on a lot of things about her senior year, and this is one of them.
Yeah, and she just hated to miss it, and so we all rallied behind her, raised money for her and her mom to have a helicopter ride,
Yeah,
so that they could be a part of this experience.
yeah, I'm getting emotional just talking about it.
Ugh, this is what we do.
This is what we do. So, yeah, she's having fun today, and we're thinking about her, and she's thinking about us. And
Yep.
I know, it's awesome.
I'm glad we were able to get her up there. That's awesome.
Me too. How long did you guys plan this for her? It was a secret, right? For a long time?
Yeah, she didn't know for a really long time.
Once we announced it, like that same day, Matthew texted all of us and was like, hey, we're raising money, like $7 each. for a hot air balloon ride. We're like, oh,
Yeah.
cool. We all raised the money and we were like, we're good to go. And then we got in class and Mr. Phillips was like, so your class was doing this and that and you get a hot air balloon ride, but you can't go. And we're like, what? What do you mean? Like, everyone was like, oh. And then he said, but we got you a helicopter ride instead.
Right, because she couldn't be in it because of the crutches, right?
Yeah, because she's not mobile yet.
How long did you guys keep it a secret?
I think like 3 months.
3 or 4 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a whole lot.
You know what she told me this morning? She goes, I'm such a snooper, I can't believe that nobody told me and I didn't find out. I said, that's how much you're loved.
Sure. We can't leave you behind, Sass. I grew up with you since preschool. Look at this fatty.
Can't leave you behind.
No way.
So what happened? You lost a bet?
I lost odds.
What were the odds?
To dunk your face in this beautiful stream, 1 and 2.
You did 1 and 2?
I did.
Okay, that's your own fault.
I know that.
I won. Desert teachers, we're the best. We take odds and then follow through.
Your head's gonna get away.
I know. I'm okay with that.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm just gonna lay down.
We were just talking about how mountains.
You don't want to grab my armpits right now.
Wait, we gotta take the normal one and the funny one.
You ready?
Wait, is this normal?
Oh, I got
Okay,
brain
this is not
freeze.
normal. Normal one.
Normal.
9.
They're quizzing each other in numbers in Korean.
Is it?
Quiet moment on the trail while everyone gets packed up from a break down at the water down there. They are down there. The scenery is just so gorgeous. And that's our trail. Head us home. Learned so much on the trail about the different students, telling different stories, and then just getting to know them more personally, because, you know, nothing else to do on the trail but hike and talk. So it's been really great to get to know them, you know, hear the different stories about your battle scars, you know, what are the scars that are on your skin and how did you get them, or if you had 5 favorite things that you absolutely couldn't live without, what would they be? And you can't pick a person, and God is implied, so what would they be? What would those 5 things be? And you get to know people through that, so that's just a ton of fun. Love these students so much. They are super special, and I hope that you get to do something like this with your students, to just get to know them on a deeper level than what you do in the classroom. It's so rewarding. Bring me the sole of my shoe.
I will do anything for you. Bring you your nappies.
The soles of my shoes came off on this trip, and I guess I dropped one. See, I have one right here.
We won't say what brand it is, but it begins with M and ends in Errol.
Here we go. We're pretty much at Seven Falls. Seven Falls! Yay! So pretty. Okay, now we gotta catch up. It actually feels better to run.
A little bit.
Doesn't it?
I'm kind of tired of walking.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm doing okay.
How's your water?
I have a lot.
Okay. How's your water?
I'm good. I used yours and just filled my Camelback.
Okay. Okay, you feel good? Yeah.
No, that one's Hallie, you're limping. Are you hurting?
Yes, very much.
Same. I can barely walk right now.
I feel that.
I don't think you
Amelia
understand.
is barefoot. I don't know how.
Amelia, you look so pretty right now.
I know, literally.
I know. What the heck are you feeling right now?
I'm starting to feel
Like
sore.
her makeup's
Well, Amelia.
What were you saying, Hannah?
My hips have never felt like I've never hurt more.
How are you, Anna?
I'm good. Great.
I cannot barely even walk right now. But we're here, and we made it. We're on the home stretch. Oh. Autumn, how's that cookie?
This is the best thing I've ever had in my entire life.
Once you get up there, it was fine, but then every mountain range we passed, he said, okay, it's gonna get real bumpy, and I'm like, and I was just holding on, and there was just, I would like just bear down because I was trying to not have that feeling in your stomach, and then he was like, sorry guys, I'm like, she's like, woo! And it was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It's amazing. It was just the most incredible experience that you guys could have ever done.
You did it!
I did it. Yahoo! Fresh as a daisy.
I don't think you are. More like a milkweed. If you bring that armpit near me, I will not be your friend anymore. Hi.
Hi.
Thoughts?
Can I do it again?
Miss co-host. Really? Only Amelia would say that.
Who are you?
I bet you would say it.
Hold on. I am.
All right, guys, line up over here.
Okay, give me a hand. John.
Watermelon.
Doggone it. Yaksa.
Sungsangni.
Imnida.
Yeah.
Yes. Woo! I am a history teacher. Who is almost dead right now.
This is what we learn on hikes. We learn how to speak other languages.
Right, we talked to each other. We learned about our 5 favorite loves. All kinds of stuff we learned about ourselves.
Everybody get a
Picture time.
Everybody, I don't know how many years in a row now, but thanks to Mr. and Mrs. Jones for doing this.
20 years.
20
years.
Come on.
2000 we started.
This is your 20th anniversary.
Bye, girls.
Bye.
You did amazing.
You did so much.
Oh my goodness.
I shouldn't laugh. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's okay. I would totally laugh.
Oh my goodness.
It hurts so bad. Oh God. I did it. It hurts. It hurts. Yay, the school. It hurts. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hope you enjoyed seeing those clips of our kids and of us.
One thing you might have noticed is that this little short-legged girl is the one doing the leading.
Yes.
So I tell the kids, if this little short-legged person can lead you down the mountain, you can do this. But I also had this reflected to me by one of the kids. I asked a senior boy to carry half of my water. The only way I can take care of my knees is to humbly ask someone to carry my water for me. So just
what a good example.
Yeah, so just this week, well, that's what he said. Just this week, I thanked him, and actually I found out, okay, what's your love language? And he says it's touch. So I put my hand on him and I looked him in the eye and I said, thank you so much for carrying my water.
Aww.
And he responded, he says, you have no idea what it meant to me that an adult would humble themselves and say, hey, will you do this for me? And so just to know that that's an example that we as adults, we don't even know the examples that we're setting sometimes, but it's those human moments when we're the most human. Kids need to see those and know those. And again, that's a picture of again, the ups and downs in life, that we all need each other. Adults need help, and sometimes we paint so much of a picture as teachers that we have it all together. It's so not true.
Right.
And the kids need to know that, right?
That's not true.
Yeah.
So another example of a peer-to-peer help would be, and this is actually something that you didn't see in the video, but that happened. I didn't put it in there because I wanted to protect this particular student who was actually in a lot of pain. She twisted her ankle, I would say, 3 miles in. Yeah. And so she, and their only way to get down the mountain is to go down. So she had to go down the mountain, and she's got this ankle that's really, really hurting. And so we had given her some poles to use.
We wrapped her ankle. We gave her some poles.
Gave her, you know, the first aid that we. By the way, we have medics that are on this trek with us and that kind of thing. And then we had one of our male students stay with her for the entire duration of the hike.
Yeah.
From then on out.
That's pretty special.
Helped her to carry things that she needed. Made sure that she didn't feel alone, encouraged her. And so that's, you know, the peer-to-peer encouragement that you can find in helping to overcome something that's tremendously difficult.
I don't want to over stereotype our current culture, but sometimes kids can be a little narcissistic.
Sure.
And to teach them to have empathy, to find others, to think of other than self. So any opportunity you can do to help kids develop that
will help them so much in their life, in their future life.
Right. We tell our kids when they do this, be prepared to move at the speed of community, because many of them this is not so much a big deal. A few kids went to work that night. We had a school dance the next day, and they were all fine. But sometimes the hardest thing for them is mentally. So again, what's mind over matter. So for some kids, it was having to realize when their selfishness was rising to the surface, again, in the crucible, rising to the surface, and like, what do I do with that selfishness? I want to be done. We have to be done. Why can't we go faster?
Right.
And realizing actually there's other people that we have to take care of.
And I mean, to be quite honest, not every student gets that.
Yeah, and that's okay. I mean, it takes time.
Yeah.
Everybody in their own time.
That's okay. I mean, we're human. And so some of us are going to learn these lessons faster than others, as long as we all get there one day. That's probably the goal, right?
That's right, and that's okay, because even if they may not get it right now, you're planting seeds for later, or it's a touch point for communication with the kid, and meeting with them and talking and debriefing it with them, and so again, it's all in its right place and time.
Another example, so we've talked about teachers mentoring what it's like to ask for help in difficult situations, and then we talked about a peer-to-peer help. An example of one person having to mentally overcome, and again, this is not in the clip either, to protect that person and the particular anguish that she was going through, but she's had a couple of concussions, and so she's not, you know, as nimble on her feet right now, but I am going on this trip, I am not going to miss it, and so we were there for her and to encourage her to be able to accomplish something like this. But she slipped while she was up there, not once, but I think twice. Once right in front of me, and it was nasty, and she's all cut up on her leg. And I watched her break down and say, I cannot do this. I am done.
I'm giving up.
I'm giving up. And then a couple of minutes later, she got herself up. She's walking again, but she's behind, you know, sort of the center pack and that kind of thing. And we can kind of see each other off, you know, off in the rim and that kind of thing.
This is cool.
And you're wearing highly identifiable
orange
clothing. Yeah. And she can see Chan out there, and she says to herself, and these are basically her words that she told us later, I saw you two, and I said to myself, I will get back up there. I will do this.
It was cool.
And it was like instant. And the next thing I knew, I turned around and she was right behind me, and I thought, where'd you come from? And, you know, she kind of gave a quick giggle. So when you put your students, when anybody gets into a tough situation, sometimes it's that person that does that mind over matter. So there's different ways in which we can overcome hard things.
We want to protect our kids sometimes and not give them hard things. So in our classrooms, sometimes we're afraid to give them a difficult assignment or a difficult task or activity because we're afraid that, oh, well, what if they fail? What if they can't do it? But maybe we're removing that opportunity for them to learn some resiliency.
Right.
So I think there's a ton of value in trying to push them.
There's a ton of value in doing something hard and accomplishing it. I mean, we've all been talking about this week about how rewarding it is. Okay, yes, we're a little, you know, tight in the muscles and that kind of thing, but we look back up at that mountain anytime we're driving around town and we say,
yeah,
man, I hiked down that. And that is so rewarding.
Yeah, it is incredibly rewarding.
Yeah, so, you know, to try to, again, we're a small private Christian school, so we have the opportunity to do things like this with our students. But if they're, like you're saying, challenge your students in the classroom, have them attempt something that's difficult and allow them to work through
a service project where they're really, really having to give them themselves. It's dirty, it's hard, it's arduous. Something like that where they really have to think of other, and it's not fun. Sometimes we just want to do stuff that's all fun, and life isn't that way.
Right. And so, this isn't necessarily specifically geared to academics, but man, does this spill over.
Sure does, right? Like you're doing mock trial tomorrow, right? You guys have been going at this for months and months and months and months, and it has been up and down, and they had to persevere, and now they're going in tomorrow into their final tournament, and if you didn't work some tenacity and resiliency in them, they wouldn't be as prepared.
Right.
It definitely spills over into academics, big time.
So these are skill sets that we would encourage you to encourage in your students, and even in yourself as a teacher. A little bit of hard work can definitely pay off in the long run.
Yeah. So stay the course, be innovative, take risks, do the hard thing, but also have self-care. So we're not saying don't take care of yourself either.
Right.
We know the teacher life is hard. It's already hard. We don't need to make it harder.
It's hard. But good challenges are a good thing.
Yeah.
So
cool.
All right.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. Thanks for listening. Let us know what your thoughts are, and we will see you next week.
Right on.